Welcome to the English Brazil podcast, where English meets Brazilian culture through real conversations, practical tips, and a relaxed vibe.
Hosted by Jack and Tash, this is your space to learn and practice English in a natural, fun, and meaningful way.
Put on your headphones, get comfortable, and join us on the English Brazil podcast.
Okay, let's unpack this. This deep dive is all about the news that, well, absolutely shocked Brazil and really the internet everywhere recently. The separation of Virginia and Zé Felipe, the huge couple.
Yeah, huge news. And our guide today, the source we're really digging into, is a specific YouTube video. It's from the channel Diva Depressão, and it's titled Analisando o Término de Virginia y Zé Felipe.
That's the one. So our mission here is to, dive into the details from this video, the timeline, the key moments they discussed, the reactions, the theories.
And also maybe try to understand what this whole public event tells us about, well, modern relationships, celebrity culture today.
Exactly. And importantly, for a lot of you listening, there were some interesting language points that came up, things related to English that we want to highlight. So thanks for sharing this video source with us. We're going to explore its take together.
Definitely. And speaking of language, throughout this, we'll point out some English words and phrases, stuff that came up in the original material, or that's just really useful for talking about these kinds of public events. So keep an ear out, because understanding these can help you follow not just this story, but like wider online chat too.
Perfect. So let's jump straight in. The big news itself. According to the video, the announcement dropped on the evening of May 27th, 2025.
Right. And the way they did it was notable. A joint post on Instagram, what lots of people now call a collab post.
Yeah.
Linking two accounts.
A collab post. Yeah, that's a good term for everyone listening. A collab post announcing a split. The reaction, as the video described it, was just immense shock. They used that phrase, chocaramo Brazil e o mundo.
Oh, absolutely. Immediate disbelief. Like a huge number of people thought it just had to be a marketing stunt.
Right.
Or maybe even a joke.
Especially because, and the video really highlighted this, Virginia had just posted couple photos, stories like hours before.
Right. And the video added this other detail. May 27th, apparently, coincided with Dia da Mentira in Portugal. That's their April Fool's Day.
Which, just poured fuel on the fire for those theories, didn't it?
Totally. The video mentioned speculation was just running wild. The theories were everywhere.
So people were genuinely skeptical.
Yeah, so much so that the couple apparently felt they had to do follow-up stories the next day, just to explicitly say, no, this isn't marketing.
Wow.
Yeah, the video used terms like marketing stunt, theory, and disbelief to capture that whole initial wave of reaction, which, are great words for talking about skepticism around public announcements. If you're learning English, disbelief is a strong one there.
Okay. Before we dig deeper into their reactions and theories, let's maybe step back. Look at the couple's journey. As the video laid it out, it gives some background on their relationship trajectory, right?
It does. They became a public couple back in June 2020.
Right.
The video kind of amusingly called them a casal pandemico, a couple who got together during the pandemic lockdowns.
Ah, okay. A pandemic couple. And they got married pretty quickly after that, March 2021.
Yeah, March 2021.
Yeah.
And they started a family fast, too. 3 young children now. Maria Alice, who's 3.
3, right?
Maria Flores, 2. And little Jose Leonardo is just 6 months old.
Wow. 3 kids under 3.5.
Yeah. And the video made a really interesting point about the kids. They're a massive part of the couple's legado virtual, their online legacy, because they feature so much in like viral moments, memes. Their virtual legacy. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting concept.
Definitely. And the discussion in the video also touched on, the kids' future, the complexities of the family dynamics when everything's so public. They even mentioned the fan groups, the winkers and linneters. So words like legacy, virtual, and dynamics are really key when you discuss the online impact of public figures. Good vocabulary there.
Okay, so let's circle back to that initial Instagram post, the announcement itself. The video analyzed that too, right? What was the actual message? So the source quoted the core line. Decidimos que seremos amigos para cuidar de nosso maior bemos, nossos 3 filhos. Which translates roughly to, we decided we will be friends to take care of our greatest asset, our 3 children.
Asset. Okay. Like something valuable. That's a useful word.
Exactly. An asset is something valuable you have. The post also mentioned building a beautiful family and many Tigrinho pubs, whatever that means exactly, and staying cúmplices. That's like accomplices or partners in their shared stuff.
Right, accomplices, another good word. But The photo they used for this separation announcement, the video found that really curious.
Oh, yeah. Very curious. You're announcing a breakup, and you use a photo of you together. Specifically, one at a barbecue, churrasquera, with Virginia sitting on Zé Felipe's lap.
A barbecue photo.
Yeah. The source described it pretty bluntly as horrible and fubonga. Basically, ugly or awkward.
Okay, so awkward photo choice. Why do that? Did the video speculate? Maybe trying to project a certain vibe?
That was the question. Was the idea to, like, emphasize a family vibe still? Okay. Even with the split, it seemed really counterintuitive. So yeah, words like curious and vibe capture that weirdness, that feeling. The photo was trying to send some message, but maybe not the expected one. A barbecue pic for a breakup definitely stood out.
And like you said, those theories about it being fake, a stunt, they were just everywhere. The video went back over them.
Yeah, suggesting possibilities. Could it be a marketing stunt? Or maybe a cortina de fumaça, that's a great Portuguese phrase, means a smoke screen or a diversion in English.
A smoke screen? Diversion from what?
Well, the video mentioned maybe from the CPI das Bets as a parliamentary inquiry into sports betting happening in Brazil.
Right.
Or maybe time to launch new music, new products. You know how it goes.
Right, the usual speculation around celebrity news. But what did the video ultimately think? Real or fake?
Well, what the video ultimately concluded, especially after seeing the couple's follow-up stories the next day, was that phrase, contar caras y bocas no har argumentos. Basically, you can't argue with their facial expressions and body language.
Oh.
Their faces in those follow-up videos, they seemed genuinely upset, which led the video host to believe, okay, this is probably real, despite all the initial theories and the potential for it being a diversion. So words like smoke screen, facial expressions, body language, argument, very useful when you're trying to read between the lines of public statements.
Okay, now this is where the video gets really interesting, I think. It starts looking back, trying to connect the dots, suggesting maybe this separation wasn't quite so out of the blue.
Exactly. It suggests it might be the result of like accumulating wear and tear in the relationship. The video used the word degast, and they argue this was especially visible from 2023 onwards.
Wear and tear. Degast. Okay. What were the signs? What incidents did the video point to?
Well, they highlight several specific public moments that, looking back, could be seen as signs of that growing strain.
Like what?
Like that rap Zé Felipe did for Eversto Costa back in 2023. Remember that?
Oh, vaguely. He was defending Virginia, right, against some criticism Evaristo made about her mothering.
Exactly. He publicly defended her with this rap. The video called it a prova de amor, a proof of love.
Yeah.
But it also admitted it was a bit of a mikam or vergana, kind of an embarrassing moment for many.
Right. I remember it being talked about as, a bit embarrassing.
But here's the twist the video brought up. Later, on a TV show, Converse con Yalil, Zé Felipe apparently admitted he felt shame about doing that rap.
He admitted feeling shame after doing it as a proof of love.
Yeah. So the video started to speculate. Could that admission have caused a fight? Like, why do this grand public thing to defend your wife and then later say you felt shame about it? It's complex, right? The video saw it as potentially revealing something deeper. Wow. Words like proof of love, embarrassing, shame, admission, speculate. They help us talk about these tricky public actions and feelings.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. What else did the video mention?
There's another public moment around July 2023. It was at Leonardo's, Zé Felipe's father's 60th birthday party, a dancing incident. Zé Felipe apparently made some kind of inappropriate gesture towards Virginia while they were dancing.
Oh.
The video specifically pointed out her visible discomfort. She gave him what they called an ojada fea, like a dirty look. But then, showing her experience as a, quote, a professional influencer, she kind of quickly recovered her composure for the camera.
Oh, the professional smile came back on.
Pretty much. But the video hosts still felt the moment itself was desagradable, unpleasant. It just shows how public figures constantly have to manage reactions, even when things get awkward. Gesture, discomfort, professional, unpleasant.
Okay, so specific moments. Did the video suggest a more general pattern too?
Yes. Building on those, it also observed what they termed moments of public rudeness or grosserias between them sometimes. Just general bluntness.
Rudeness. Like what?
They gave a pretty stark example. Zé Felipe telling Virginia to calar a boca, basically shut up, while he was drunk at a party and was caught on video.
Oh, wow. That's blunt. And public.
Very. And Virginia's reaction to that, apparently she made him sleep on the couch for 5 days. She talked about it herself on her TV show on SBT.
Slept on the couch for 5 days. Okay, so rudeness, drunk, sleep on the couch. Pretty clear conflict there.
Yep. Then there was another moment the video found telling. Mother's Day flowers. Virginia seemed, well, visibly annoyed getting flowers from Zé Felipe. Again, caught on video.
Annoyed about getting flowers.
Well, the video hosts interpreted her reaction. She apparently said something like, Tanta coisa que você pode me dar, vai me dar flores. You could give me so many things and you give me flowers. As implying that flowers just felt insufficient. Maybe after some recent problems between them.
Ah, okay. So it wasn't about the flowers themselves, maybe. It was context. Annoyed, imply, recent problems. Good words for hinting at deeper issues.
Exactly. And then there was that whole vasectomy discussion. That got a lot of attention when it happened on Virginia's show. Zé Felipe flatly refused to get one.
Right, I remember hearing about that. What was his reason again?
His stated justification, which the video reacted really strongly to, was basically, if we separate, I want to have the possibility of having children with another woman.
He actually said that out loud on her show.
Apparently so. The video called this justification kind of foolish, pointing out first that vasectomies are often reversible anyway. But more importantly, they saw it as a huge sign he wasn't fully committed long-term. Like, the possibility of separating was already actively in his mind.
Wow. Yeah, that sends a message, doesn't it? Refusal, vasectomy, justification, possibility, reversible, committed. Lots of loaded terms there.
Definitely loaded. Then there was also that viralized moment from a YouTube Q&A they filmed. Virginia read out a question somebody sent in about forgiving Treinar virtual.
Virtual betrayal. What does that mean exactly?
Good question for learners. It means like exchanging flirty or piquant messages online, but without actually meeting up physically. Virtual betrayal.
Okay. And what happened when she read that question?
The video hosts said they felt a real an awkward atmosphere in the room when she read it. They started to speculate. Was this question related to something specific happening between them? It went viral, that clip, and many people found it constrangedor, embarrassing, or just really awkward.
Betrayal, virtual, exchanging messages, awkward atmosphere, speculate, viralized, embarrassing. That cluster of words really captures the modern drama of online interactions, doesn't it?
It really does. And finally, one more thing the video touched on as potential disgust or wear and tear was the dancing.
Virginia's dancing.
Yeah, her constant dancing during Zé Felipe's shows and for his song promotions, like for that song Volte pra Catarata, was always a topic online and often criticized. The video used words like robotica or passo a cada phrase, one step per sentence, to describe the style.
Okay, so how is that wear and tear?
Well, the video posed the question, could this constant need to perform to dance for his career have become a strain over time? Did she maybe feel forced, like, do I have to dance to all his songs?
Ah, I see, like a chore, maybe?
Possibly. They even brought up that iconic moment of awkwardness, the viral clip of Dodo from the band Pixote watching her dance on the TV show Altas Horas with this bewildered expression.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that. Okay, so promotion, criticize, wear and tear, awkwardness, iconic. Useful for talking about public performance and reaction.
Exactly. So quite a list of moments the video brought up.
Yeah, it really is. The rap admission, the birthday dance thing, the public rudeness, the vasectomy comment, that virtual betrayal question, the dancing. So the video's argument is these weren't just like random blips.
That's the core argument. The video tries to synthesize all these points, suggesting they weren't just isolated events, but maybe visible signs of a growing strain, that dégast, which became more noticeable from 2023 onwards. Synthesize, isolated events, growing strain, good phrases for pulling together different pieces of evidence.
And all of this playing out so publicly because there's such a mediatico couple, as the video says. Media-friendly, intensely public.
Right, the video highlights that reality. When your relationship is your content, every single little thing gets scrutinized, analyzed. As they put it, si ese conteúdo es su vida, cualquier cosa pessoa pica. If your content is your life, people will latch on to absolutely anything.
That constant filming, constant sharing, it must make dealing with actual relationship problems incredibly difficult. Living under a microscope like that, scrutinized, shared, really captures the pressure.
It certainly seems like it would. Now, before we wrap up, the video also pointed out one more specific thing tied to their business that had a funny English language angle. The We Pink tattoos.
Oh, the tattoos! Right. Zé Felipe and his business partners got tattoos, didn't they? To celebrate hitting some big number for We Pink.
Yeah, 59 million faturamento, which is revenue or turnover in English for their company, We Pink.
Revenue, turnover. Good business words for learners. So what was the tattoo?
The phrase they tattooed was just in live.
just in live. What does that mean?
Well, that's the thing. As the video noted, loads of people online immediately said it seemed grammatically incorrect or just didn't make sense in standard English. It sounded very much like a direct translation.
A direct translation from Portuguese, like...
The video hosts were confused, too, about the intended meaning. Was it supposed to be apenas em vida, only in life? Or maybe something about a live stream event, like Sona Live.
Sona Live, like only during the live stream.
Exactly. That's the most likely source. Sona Live makes sense in Portuguese, meaning the revenue came just from that live event. But just in live is not how you'd say that in English. It's a perfect example of how direct translation often just doesn't work. You need different phrasing.
That's a really great point for English learners listening. You can't always translate word for word.
Absolutely not. The video also briefly mentioned their other tattoo's initials, a four-leaf clover, trevo de cuatro folhas, a Japanese symbol for love, as other kinds of public declarations about their relationship or businesses. So, revenue, tattoo, grammatically incorrect, direct translation, intended meaning, declaration, all useful takeaways from that specific tattoo moment.
Okay, so looking back at everything the video covered, we've gone from the shocking announcement, their relationship backstory, the analysis of the post itself.
Then diving into all those moments the video suggests were signs of that wear and tear, that disgust, plus the tattoo language lesson.
Yeah, it paints a pretty complex picture, doesn't it? Based on the source material, it shows their journey and, well, the unique pressures of being that public.
Definitely. And for you listening, especially if you're working on your English, maybe re-listen and try to pick out those vocabulary words and phrases we highlighted. Marketing stunt, disbelief trajectory, legacy dynamics, asset, accomplices, curious, vibe, smokescreen, diversion, facial expressions, body language, wear and tear.
Proof of love, embarrassing, shame, admission, speculate, gesture, discomfort, professional, unpleasant, rudeness, drunk, sleep on the couch, annoyed, imply, recent problems.
Refusal, vasectomy, justification, possibility, reversible, committed, virtual betrayal, awkward atmosphere, viralize, promotion, criticize, iconic, synthesize, isolated events, growing strain, scrutinize, shared revenue, tattoo, direct translation, declaration. Phew, that's a lot. Don't hesitate to look them up if they're new.
It is a lot, but useful stuff. And remember, like we said, understanding the cultural context here, the Brazilian celebrity world, how intertwined their lives and online presence are, that really helps you get the meaning behind the language being used.
It absolutely does. And maybe it leaves us with a final thought, something the video kind of implies. In this world where relationships themselves can become like literal public content, how does that constant filming, the sharing, the scrutiny, how does it impact the actual real private connection between two people?
Yeah. Can a relationship really thrive under that kind of intense, nonstop analysis? Or is putting your entire life out there just, I don't know, destined to lead to more wear and tear? Something interesting to think about.